everybody, this is Ginger, and this is Ginger's Chat Show, and you notice I got my hair cut. I feel a lot better, and I don't look as shaggy and, older. I look somewhat younger. I try. Um, anyway, I hope all is well. I don't know why the, comments are not coming up. I'm using Edge on this. It doesn't work very well on Fox, Firefox, or on Opera. It did work on Opera for a little while, and then it quit working after that. So I don't know what's going on. I think they just keep changing algorithms, and so it kind of messes things up. And so I just wish they'd give a warning in advance that they're going to be doing some changes and updates and changes. And that way we could prepare for it. Now would they do it? No. So anyway, this is a short, quick chat today. Because I got a whole bunch of other things that I need to do. And plus, I got up late last. I got up late this morning. So I'm a little bit behind schedule. You know how that goes. You crash and then you wake up and go, oh, I better get up. Anyway, I was watching a little bit of the highlights of the hearings that are going on that discuss things with, like, some of the agency secretaries, like Gnome and RFK Jr. and everything. They need to get their ears checked. And they need to start learning some better manners, such as answering the questions put for them. And I think the chairman needs to sit down on them and say, look, we confirmed you. Also, we can recall you if you don't answer the questions properly. And you could be removed. They need to be told that to their faces. And they need to be reminded who they work for, which is you and me. We ask Congress to do things on our behalf. And, my cat just walked in here. Hi, Loki. Feel better? Feel better after your lunch? Yeah. So, anyway, Gnome just kept right on yapping. She kept flapping her mouth and wasn't really listening and not even answering the questions. And if I was a congressman or a senator in there and on the thing, a senior, higher ranking committee member, I would have told Gnome, shut the hell up and listen to the question and answer it properly. Because if you don't, then proceedings will be enacted to remove you from office. Just, to shock her and wake her up. They say, well, that's not a way to address a Secretary of Department of Justice. And I go, really? She's disrespecting everybody. She's disrespecting you, me, the public, and disrespecting the Constitution as a whole. And Senator Whitehouse was sick and tired of her antics on that. He got mad at her, and I don't blame him for being mad at her. And same way with RFK Jr. at Health and Human Services. He wouldn't even answer the questions about vaccinations. And he should be told to his face, you're being stupid. You're being stupid and dumb. You're endangering everybody by sitting there ignoring the measles outbreak and not doing anything to quash it. And you're being selfish. Those guys need to be told to their faces, either buckle up, do your damn jobs, or be out the door. You know, I'm I'm really sick and tired of the stupidity that's in the Trump felon 47's administration. I really am. And of course, he's over in Saudi Arabia. I'm surprised Saudi Arabia lets him in there because he's a convicted felon. Good majority of the countries don't let convicted felons come in. So why is he being allowed in? Oh, that's because he's president of the United States. Well, bull crap. He's a convicted felon. He should not be president of the United States. He should be replaced. Congress needs to push more on the impeachment to remove him from office. And now include in the impeachment is to also remove Vance. Remove the whole cabinet. Get rid of the whole cabinet. And then do a snapshot election like Canada does, like the UK does. Don't do this long, drawn-out election thing like we've been doing for years. And do snapshot elections. Hold the elections for 1 month. 1 month. At the end of the month, the day before, there should be a media blackout so the candidates can't, so the corporate media can't sit there and dictate and everything else, intimidate people. In other words, have things in place to, hi Loki, have things in place so there's no interference. And have the elections done all online. You don't need to go to a voting booth or anything else. Have it done at home in a very secure system set up. Do your voting. Have the candidates, throw their hat in the ring for president and vice president. And ask the new president if he wants to take Biden's cabinet, which he probably could. And the only one that I would like to see as head of the DOJ, Attorney General of the United States, head of the DOJ, is Kamala Harris. I'd like to see her in that position because she knows how that works. Because every state attorney general, and the pattern's the same. They're all the same because they're patterned after what is on the federal level. Okay? And so, I think now this is what should be done. That way we could remove Trump, put everything back the way it was, and tell people that say, oh, well, that's not gonna happen, that's not gonna happen. I go, well, that sounds like you're condoning what Trump is doing. Are you? That's what I'd be telling them. I go, no, you need to be telling Congress what to do. You tell them to say, hey, remove this guy. He broke the law, remove him. Remove the whole cabinet. Then put a whole new administration in the White House. And We need to get things fixed, like now. Let's not wait two or 3 years down the road. Let's do it now. And something, oh, but that sounds like you're overthrowing the government. No, I'm not overthrowing the government. I'm saying we need to replace them. Well, okay, for example, look at the uh, various corporations or factories and everything. They have a set of rules, right? And if the employee does not follow the rules or violates the rules, they give them like 3 chances. And if they violate the rules like 3 times, they're out the door. Well, the same should be held for on the federal level, on the government, up there, especially the president and vice president and some cabinet members that don't want to follow laws. Well, if they don't want to follow laws, then they have no business being in that particular job. And common sense and critical thinking need to be implemented here. It really does. So, Congress, get your act together and tell big corporations and oligarchs to go take a flying leap because they're not doing their job. They should be worried about their business. Because Trump, since he's messing them up tariff-wise and business-wise, I think companies should be saying, look, we need to replace this. But companies and corporations need to stay out of politics. They need to be worried about running the business side of things. See, in Canada and the UK, they don't allow corporations or big business conglomerate corporations or oligarchs dictate to them. They don't allow that. The only people they allow dictate to them is their own citizens, the private citizens. People like you and me, okay? So you need to push on this. You really do. And I'm glad to see many of the committee members really chew on Noam and really chew on RFK and other secretaries and say, hey, do your damn job or you're out the door. In other words, give them an ultimatum. Give them something to think about. If they don't think about it, then they have no business being in that job. Okay? I lost my pen. Where'd my pen go? Where'd my pen go? Pen was somewhere. Yeah. Where is it? Can't find my pen. Let's see. Now, as usual, since Felon 47 is out in, he's in Saudi Arabia right now. Again, as I said before, why did they let him in there? Now, Saudi Arabia is now starting to rethink or Qatar, actually it's not Saudi Arabia, but in Qatar, they were going to give him this $400 million airplane. Well, they're rethinking that because they have their emolument clause in place. Their own laws and international laws, what they can and cannot do. So they may not give the plane to Trump. And sure, Air Force One is 40 years old, but it's in good shape. They keep it highly maintained. And they have 2 Air Force Ones, actually. They have Air Force One and Air Force Two. They have two 747s and one 707, which right now is being used. The 707 is being used by the various secretaries, or like the Secretary of State's using it. And they're highly maintained. So, by the Trump is booted out of office, there'll be a brand new Boeing 747 in there. Okay. Even though Boeing no longer makes 747s commercial wise, they don't make them anymore. They stopped making them. But they're making this one they're in contract to build backup aircraft for the government. Some think it's a waste of money. I go, no, it isn't. Okay. If you want to keep our country functioning, you need to protect the people that represent us. Now, there are some that need some of those in like the executive branch. They do need to be replaced. Anyway, Film 47 is making an ass of himself. I don't think he really realizes what he's doing. I really don't. I don't think he's paying attention. He doesn't have any filters. He's selfish, and he tries to manipulate people. Well, the Emir of Qatar is the King of Qatar is smarter than Trump. He can see right through him. He really can. And so I don't think the $400 million plane is going to happen. Now, as far as next month goes on the parade, Trump wants a military parade for him on his birthday. Well, that's not going to happen because the tank's way over a ton, and it would break up the Constitution Avenue that runs down by or Pennsylvania Avenue, excuse me, runs down between Pennsylvania and Constitution Avenue. I think that's the other cross street, if I remember right. Those roads can't handle a vehicle like that. Okay, they're not designed for it. Now, the reason why Russia could do it, because they designed the roads to handle heavy vehicles like that. They designed them that way. Here, they don't. We use asphalt and whatever, but we don't use tanks, okay? Because they can rip it up. But we need to focus on, since June 14th is Flag Day, we need to celebrate the Army's birthday. They've been in service to the United States for 250 years, and we need to celebrate them, not Trump. Celebrate the Army, okay? Now, I know many of our friends have ancestors that served in the Revolutionary War. My ancestor on my dad's side of the family, the paternal side of the family, served in the Revolutionary War and served in the Civil War. And then served in World War II. There was no one in World War I that served, but because many of them were too young yet. But in World War II, they did serve. Okay. So anyway, we need to tell Trump, nope, you're not going to have your parade. We need to focus on what's really the true thing on the 14th. You can have your party your private party and everything, but no parade, okay? And celebrate the Army's birthday, 250 years. And those guys have done an excellent job. So I basically give honor and salute to the Army. Um, Otherwise, I hope. Oh, sorry. Hope all is well with you. I'm gonna go check my. Um, let's see. Check my calendar here. Yeah. Trying to get my phone to cooperate here. Okay. Um, 16th on Friday. I will see you then at 1 o'clock for my chat show. And I hope all is well. And then let's see. Okay. So I will see you on Friday at 1 o'clock. So be sure to insist, persist, and push back. Like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. I will uh, post this video on my YouTube channel. So like and subscribe. Tell your friends. You know, people that are like-minded when it comes to doing things right. And I need more subscribers because I want to try and go live on YouTube. Um, and just basically drop Facebook altogether. Uh, but that's going to be a while yet until I get up there to YouTube. So anyway, I hope all is well. Take care. Love to all. And I will see you later. Okay? Bye-bye. Oh, why are you doing this? What is your problem? Now it's working. Okay.